volcano, baby, about to erupt. Watch what you say to me, babe. Ooh, hush the fuck up. You got a lot of nerve to tell me how I feel. You got a lot of nerve to tell me what I know. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Oh, you remind me of something I don't want to remember. Something kind of stank. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Get the hell about my face. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. I can't think. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Like how it used to be. How it used to be. It's called paranoia, baby. It's got us fucked up. It ain't working for us, baby. Ooh, it's got us both up. You know what you deserve. You know what I deserve. You know what you deserve. You know what I deserve. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Ooh, you remind me of something I don't want to remember. Something kind of stank. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Get the hell about my face. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. I can't think. You remind me of something I don't want to remember. Like how it used to be. How it used to be.
Serious.
All right. Hello. This is KitaPMusic Sessions. I'm Kita P. You are watching KitaPMusic Sessions, like I said, and I have a special guest, a very special guest because he's so near and dear to my heart, and I work with him very closely. His name is Osei Kweku, and he's also part of my band, Black Licorice, and he plays the bass, and he's helped me in so many ways. So we're going to get to know the musician behind the music, and that is Osei Kweku. Hey, Osei.
What's going on, Kita?
Nothing much. I really appreciate you coming through. I mean, what the audience doesn't know behind the camera is that this is our third time.
Yeah.
And we haven't landed on this episode, but we wanted it to be perfect. We wanted it to be as perfect as we could get it for the audience so that they can, digest it in a more enthusiastic and more engaged way. So.
Right.
I do appreciate you and all your flexibility, and also appreciate Brooklyn Blues, who's behind the camera, doing his thing and always supporting me as well. And, okay, we're going to get started. So, I want to ask you some very simple questions. The first question I'm going to ask you is that we did a song called Volcano.
Right.
This is a collaboration. It's an original piece by you and me with the help of Keenan Omari and GC Castillo and Edson Sean. Like, everybody had a really big role to play into making this such a great track. And it's one of the tracks that I based off of another track that I did with GC called Dare You to Love.
Right.
Which is just bass and vocals and a little hint of guitar and stuff. But this one, we added in a little bit more to fill out the body. And I want to know from you, I know what it was like for me in the process, but from you in the process of creating it, and then when you heard when I sent you the final version, how did you feel about it? Or like, what how was your feeling throughout the whole process of creating with me? And you could be definitely honest, because sometimes I went MIA and I wouldn't talk for like months on end about the song because it wasn't ready.
But then you'd come back and it was like this whole thing, and I was like, whoa, this is incredible. You know,
Yeah.
no, the whole thing was fun. I remember when, because I went over to your house and we just kind of tried a couple different things. And there were like some things that weren't working, and then it was like, all right, fine. I just kind of started playing that bass line,
Right.
and it really just came out just like that. I remember it just came out. You know, well, you started singing that hook at first, and then I started playing that.
Yes.
Because I remember it was just kind of based on that song "Dare You." I remember that. We spent that session just doing it just like that, and it was you know.
I do remember it was snowing outside, and you had to come over with your bass amp. You had to leave your bass.
Is that when I walked over with the bass amp?
Yeah. You had to leave your bass amp because you were going somewhere and it just was snowing, and you were like, I can't take this in the snow. I do remember that.
That was rough.
So grateful, like very grateful that you even came through in all that mess. So, like, you know. But I wanted to know your actual take on the process, because sometimes I don't communicate all the time. But I know that in general, just the way the song came to be, it is a beautiful song. It was the first song I actually even made a remix to.
Right.
So,
Right.
Anyway, I just wanted to know your process, because that's the song that we've done together, and we're performing in this KitaPMusic sessions together. And and so. You are the bass line, the through line through the song, and so I want to know, who is Osei Kweku? Like, first off, easy question. Where are you from?
From Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, and you came to New York when?
I came to New York. I came to live in New York officially in 2012. So I moved here for school. But I've grown up always coming to New York. Like I'm a bi-coastal baby.
Okay.
Like my whole life I've been coming. Every summer and every other Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what is it about the music scene here? Because you are deep in it. You are a gigging musician. It's not just Black Licorice that you play for. You definitely have several bands of yourself.
Right.
Several bands that you're also a part of. And then you also have your own thing, which I'll get into a little bit later. But what is it about New York that actually keeps you here compared to, like, Los Angeles? Because I know that they have a big music and art scene there, too.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't worked in L.A., so I don't really know what the scene is like. I've my old bass teacher has gigs and stuff he does over there, so I'll go over there and I'll visit him and kind of see what it's like, you know. But I don't really know what the scene is out in L.A. And I got a couple friends out there, so where I'd go back there and start working, I'd have a place to start. You know what I mean? But why New York? Because everything's just moving all the time. You know, that's everybody says that in New York all the time, but it's true. It's like literally, it's just like since I've started working, there is, I wouldn't say necessarily a small network of people, but a lot of people know a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of musicians know a lot of musicians, so it's like kind of once you get started, it's almost like snowball, and it's it just kind of snowballs, and it's like you can do anything. You can start working. I shouldn't say not anything, but you know what I mean. Like you can go out and hang at the sessions or whatever, or go to any show that's happening. And there's a lot of stuff happening. You probably know somebody. If you work with one person, you'll probably know somebody.
That is true. Definitely, like, just looking at social media, I'm like, oh, I didn't know he knew him.
Exactly, right.
Just like,
you meet people in two completely different arenas or environments, and you're like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
And it does, because they're like, oh, they're both creative, so why not, like, let it all
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that actually brings me into the next two questions. The first question out of the two is, did you begin on bass or another instrument?
Yeah, I started playing piano when I was 7.
Oh,
and then
are you trying to come for Michael? Michael plays keys in Black Licorice.
I'm trying to take all his gigs. No. I couldn't. I started playing piano when I was 9 because I just got bored with it, and I never like really went back. I still go back like kind of, and I'll tinkle a little bit, but it's like really all I've got is like the technique.
Okay.
And hardly that. Yeah, so I started playing when I was 7 piano, and then I quit when I was 9.
Okay.
And I picked up the bass when probably around 10.
Okay.
Something like that, 10, 11.
Yeah, and that's when you, like, some people, it takes them a moment to realize, like, that's the thing, that's their instrument. But for you, was it more like as soon as you saw it, picked it up, you were just like, I think this is really
yeah, basically. I mean, even so, like my last piano teacher, he like came out to my mom after one of my lessons and was like, he should just play bass because he's not practicing what I give him, and he just comes in with these bass lines every you know. So yeah, I mean, I came in, I was like, Seven Nation Army, check it out, like, don't, you know, and I was, you know, and I wouldn't practice whatever he was giving me, you know, and I'd just come in with this other stuff. So
I see.
And then my friend Damien, he played guitar, and then he had just switched to playing bass for a band that he was in. And I had never seen a bass before. I didn't know what it was. And I was like looking to play a new instrument. I thought I might play guitar. Mm-hmm. So when I saw him with this thing, it was like not quite a guitar,
right,
but it's something about it was like really cool. And he played, and it was all deep. And I was like, what is that? You know, the strings are all thick and wide apart. And I was, you know. So as soon as I picked the one up, I was like, that was kind of it. It just, yeah.
Well, that actually brings me to the next out of the two questions is, how did the Boogeyman Productions come about? Because you do have your own entity. Of course, you support others like myself, but you have your own entity where you're creating your own style, where you rap, you play bass, you direct, you compose. So what brought about the Boogeyman Productions?
What brought about the Boogeyman? I'd have to attribute that to my teachers. First, Lonnie Marshall, who you know, I learned back in L.A. when I was a teenager, and he's just all about the funk. He had been on stage with Bootsy when he was like 15.
Oh wow.
He's got his own band, Weapon of Choice, and it's just nutty. They call themselves Nutmeg Music.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Nutmeg.
he's called Mega Nut. You know, yeah. So that's definitely like the beginning. Those are the seedlings of me and who I becoming. And then my current mentor, Alan Palmer, who's the captain of the New Soil Ship.
The New Soil Ship.
New Soil Ship.
New Soil Ship.
Yeah.
Gotta check that out.
He's a keyboardist, and you know, he's been mentoring me for the past 5 or so years.
Aww.
And yeah, so like I say, the Boogeyman was incepted or conceived aboard the New Soil Ship.
Well, that to me is very amazing because for me, I don't know if I always would, if I was in your position of like supporting all these other musicians and then still trying to create my own, like if I would have the capacity to really be true to myself. But I wanted to know, I mean, that's a personal struggle of mine, even with the day job. What is your struggles with creating with your bass or just in music in general? Because I know that as a musician, as a creator, there are struggles that I think that if we were to share them, we'd realize that we're not alone in these little struggles, and that you can overcome them. And then there's a network, like you said here, of musicians that are willing to support. So, what are some of your biggest struggles dealing with creating and just creating with the bass?
With creating, oh man, I say one of my struggles is I don't have a laptop right now, and that's my fault. I understand this. I probably could lay some more stuff down, by myself, and just to have stuff down if I had an interface and a laptop. And I understand this is gear that I just need to, as a person, as a musician, I need to just have. I get that. So hush.
Okay.
But other than that, that's a good question. Like, what do I really struggle with? Sometimes I do struggle with finishing songs. That's a huge thing for me. I feel like a mad scientist with like a bunch of contraptions that are just unfinished. All these inventions that are just I've got plans for. I've got the blueprints here, and I've got this kind of half done, and this one twitches and sparks. That's a huge thing for me is actually finishing a thing. Or like I'll either have like the raps and the verse done, and I don't have anything on top of it. And like I don't like to just rap over a beat, like just have a producer just give me any old beat and do all that. Like I work out everything. I work out all the music, but it's just what my concept. So that's a huge thing. It's either having some part of the music and like not a whole developed thing, or some part of the verse or the raps and not have a whole thing. And that's my biggest struggle right now.
Yeah.
And also trying to really figure out what I'm trying to say too.
That is true.
Because I'll have ideas, I'll have song ideas all the time. Whether I want that to really represent me when I release stuff is a different story.
True. That's awesome. That's a very good point. Like, I have ideas, but is it something I really want to put out there? So,
right.
Yeah.
It's like that's not part of the story that I'm trying to,
Well, with that, what is actually next outside of? I know that you're amazing in Black Licorice, and you always have my back, and you're very supportive, and you're just always there, and we rehearse all the time, and you're always there. So I appreciate you, and you're always giving input. But what's next for Osei Kweku and the Boogeyman Productions? Like, you personally as an artist, outside of that, like, what are you working on? Is it really just trying to focus on finishing the songs, or what is it that you are planning?
Oh, I'm definitely planning an EP.
Okay.
I have an EP in the works that I think is going to be called The Black Codes. I'll talk about that later when I have it more solidified. But that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
I can say right now, as far as that goes, it's going to have to do with how Black people have had to navigate being in America. And, of course, the Black Codes is something that comes after Jim Crow and stuff like that. But also, Black people do deal with code switching and just certain codes that we've developed in the English language to be able to, move together and, do what we need to do to survive. It's part of our survival.
Well, if you need a singer, I'm here.
You know it.
Please, that sounds very interesting. Okay, well, I mean, that's all for now. I know that we're going to still be in contact and touch, and we're going to come back again, I'm pretty sure, with some of your own music that I didn't collaborate with you on, that you're going to share with us. And like, we're going to really, put Osei Kweku up there. And is there anything else that you wanted to share? I mean, I just appreciate you coming through and rocking with me, and and one last thing, you playing bass on that song really helped me work out and work more on my lower register singing, so I do appreciate that. Like,
that's awesome.
That's a challenge for me, my lower register, because it doesn't always come out well, in my opinion, but I was managing, and I did it.
I disagree. I think everything you do is golden.
Oh, yeah. That's a biased Black Licorice.
No. It's literally the reason I agreed to be in Black Licorice.
Oh, well, great.
No,
I appreciate it.
So we met at one mic night.
Yes.
Right, Marcos Luis's one mic night. And
Global Soul.
That's right. So Ruckus, we would start and we would do our thing. And I remember I couldn't wait to get off and be like, oh, Kita's next.
Oh, wow.
I'd go by the bar and be like, I'm going to sit here and watch Kita. I don't care who else goes up. I'm going to go and watch Kita. Oh, yeah. I mean, all of us did. All of us. Me and Mike, everybody did.
Well, thanks. I didn't even realize that. I thought you guys were great, and despite the circumstances of the small space and everything, you guys definitely still came through. And
that was a great vibe. That was a great time.
Yeah.
I wish we could do that again. We're going to find some way.
We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again in 2020. And thank you, Osei Kweku.
Right. Thank you, Kita.
Thank you, Brooklyn Blues. This is KitaPMusic Sessions.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't be.